Yeah, so, well, I happen to be near a park. Here it is, right? Here's park. And I have been thinking about various things for a while, for like months and months, but there just never seems to, you know what's hard about the conglomerate? I will tell you. The conglomerate and everything that it has caused, what it does is make it really difficult to be like nice to anyone or nice about anyone, you know, either because I'm so just like upset about the way that I'm treated all the time, or just because it's always taken the wrong way. You know, it's taken to mean more than it does. It's taken to mean as a concession to like the conglomerate issues, when in fact it's just a question of like trying to deal with the side of people that I can actually deal with. So anyway, I mean, I've been thinking about stuff for a while. You know, Ryan Phillippe, and that's what I'm calling you. I will tell you, it's been very difficult. I have found it to be very difficult dealing with you. You know, which I've talked about these issues. I may talk about them some more, like in the midst of this, like filming this video. But there's some things that I just don't want to have it be acrimonious. I'm so tired of that. You know, it's sort of just my next most serious steps are having to find housing and find work and sort of get reconnected to life that way. You know, doing things that are productive, doing things that help me. You know, and everything else really has to be secondary. And I'm not feeling, thank God, I'm not feeling like serious, like single distress about being single, because, you know, that would be very difficult to deal with in addition to everything else. But there's some stuff that I've been thinking about for like a long time that I kind of want to say. Like I finally have really just got to the point, you know, I did quite a while ago about feeling like, no, I do not want people to hack my phone. I don't want them to hack my phone. I don't want them to send me stuff like surreptitiously through all these like indirect ways, you know, my search results and like all of that stuff. Please do not screw around with my phone. I really just need the privacy. I had realized, I've said this before, I realized it right at the beginning when I realized that my phone was hacked all the time. I realized there was probably nothing I could do to stop anybody. There's just no way. You know, and so I tried to sort of make use of it the best that I could, and I think with mixed results actually, and still always this invasion to my privacy. And maybe right at the beginning I should just fought it off right away and said no, these are invasions of my privacy, that kind of thing, which is what it is, and you really ultimately can't get any good out of that. But I will say, you know, sort of within that context, you know, that being understood, I was really, you know, one of the hardest summers I had was the summer of 2013, and I remember kind of like being in the middle of that, at the beginning of that summer, being like, oh my God, I do not want to have to be like alone all summer. I can't take it. I can't deal with this. And it was nice to have you around, you know. And this has been kind of the longest internet interaction I think I've had with one person, right? It's been about a year and a half, right? So, you know, you are obviously sort of a serial monogamist. So maybe that's why. But I'm sorry, you know, about the stuff that I said that was really mean, and I'm sorry about the ways in which I was not helpful. It's really difficult for me to deal with people whose value systems, from my perspective, are as skewed as yours, you know, and everybody else who's part of the world that you live in. I just can't. I most of the time cannot even contain my rage about how wrong it is, right? But, you know, I mean, decided it wasn't that way. I've thought about this several times, you know, since that summer. I'm like, yeah, he was around. That's nice. It was nice. It was nice to have you around, you know. And I've never really been the kind of person who is like, it's, you know, just anybody having them around is fine, you know, when I'm so lonely and that kind of thing. Really, no. I mean, I've had to be just really, really, really like down and out for that to be at all true of me. And even then, there's people that I just do not spend time with. So there's that. I just, you know, the whole hard feelings thing. I don't want that. Like, I'm not feeling desperate about dating anybody right now. Although I cannot help noticing that being 40 is not really all that much fun in terms of like thinking of yourself as sort of a dateable person. You start to feel kind of old. You feel kind of rough around the edges. You're like, oh no, I'm old, you know. And the funny, I made this joke several times, so I will inflict this joke on you also and everybody else who's listening. Like, you know, the idea that now I spend like an hour in the bathroom at night, like, you know, just doing various things and applying various lotions and like doing all this stuff, and then wake up looking half as good as I did, you know, 15 years ago after like, you know, the way it was like, you know, 15 years ago was like I would brush my teeth and wash my face and fall in the bed, and that was that, you know. And then now it's like I do all this stuff and like, you know, just like get inexpensive things at the store or whatever to try to like help my skin and my wrinkles and like, you know, all this. But it's like, you know, it's like an hour at night, half an hour in the morning to look, you know, as half as good, you know, however many times the energy, 2 times the energy, 10 times the energy that I invest in the way that I look to look half as good as I did. It's, you know, I mean, it's not really that much fun of a ratio, not the sort of thing. And it's, of course, it's only going to get worse. Like, to get worse. So I think it's actually pretty funny. But anyway, I'm so tired of being in conflict over the stuff that's doesn't have to be that way, but it's hard, it's hard, especially with people being so mean to me all the time. You find that you just can't stay nice. I can't. People harassing me all the time and stalking me all the time and all the other stuff that's happened to me and how it's just evil and wrong and for no reason all this stuff is happening. I just didn't want to add to it. So I was thinking about that stuff today and I just, you named your dog Frank? Did you really name your dog Frank? I was thinking about this. You do these things that are like, what were you thinking? Like, what were you thinking? Like, I was gonna like say that things had worked out somehow and we were like, we had ended up living together or whatever it is. I'm supposed to take out a dog named Frank? I'm supposed to say I'm taking Frank for a walk? Like, all right, well, I don't know. I don't know. I still care about my parents, but that's not the name that I would have chosen. It's funny. Anyway, I hope you're all right. And I will see you on the battlefield, I guess.